Imagine this, you're about to make a crucial payment using your Cash App, but alas, the server's down. Sound familiar? We've all been there. You're caught in the throes of a busy day, relying on the convenience of digital transactions to keep things moving smoothly, but then it hits you, the dreaded server outage. Suddenly your digital lifeline is cut off, leaving you scrambling to find an alternative. Think about John, a small business owner who experienced this very scenario. He was just about to finalize a crucial business deal, but the server outage left him hanging, causing a ripple of inconvenience that affected not only him but his clients as well. Or consider Sarah, a college student who was about to pay her tuition fees using Cash App. The server outage threw her plans into disarray, causing her undue stress and anxiety. So what can we do when we're left stranded by a server outage? To find a solution, we first need to understand the problem. So what exactly happens during a server outage? Imagine an overworked postman struggling to deliver an ever-growing pile of letters. In the digital world, servers are like those postmen, but they're delivering data instead of letters. Now, if the demand for data delivery exceeds the server's capacity, it gets overwhelmed. This is called server overload, and it's one of the main causes of server outages. Now, you might be thinking, why not just get more servers? Well, that's a great point, and it's where server scaling comes in. Server scaling is basically like hiring more postmen when the number of letters increases. It can be done in two ways, vertically by adding more power to existing servers, or horizontally by adding more servers to share the load. But even with scaling, servers can still fail. This could be due to a variety of reasons, like hardware issues, software glitches, or even a cyber attack. That's why redundancy is crucial. Redundancy is like having backup postmen ready to take over if the current one falls ill. In the server world, it means having backup servers that can spring into action if the primary ones fail. However, having all these backups and extra capacity is useless if we don't know when things go wrong. That's why continuous monitoring and maintenance are so important. Think of it like regular health checks for our postmen, ensuring they're fit to deliver the letters. In the server world, monitoring tools keep a close eye on server health and performance, alerting us if anything starts to look off. So, in essence, server outages are a complex issue. They can happen when servers are overwhelmed by demand, fail due to technical issues, or are targeted by malicious attacks. But with server scaling, redundancy, and continuous monitoring, we can minimize their impact and duration. Now that we've got a handle on the technical stuff, let's explore some potential solutions. Caught in the middle of a server outage? Here are some survival tips. First and foremost, don't panic. Outages are usually temporary and resolved as quickly as possible. But when you're in a pinch and need to make a transaction, having a backup payment method is key. This could be another digital wallet, a credit or debit card, or even good old-fashioned cash. Now imagine you've got an important bill to pay and the outage is lasting longer than you anticipated. This is where an emergency fund comes in handy. An emergency fund is a stash of money set aside to cover the financial surprises life throws your way. It's not tied to any specific app or bank, so it's accessible no matter what. Start building your emergency fund by setting aside a small portion of your income each month. Even if it's only $10 a week, it will add up over time. Think of it as your financial safety net, always there to catch you when you fall. In addition to having a backup payment method and an emergency fund, it's also a good idea to keep track of the status of your digital payment apps. Most providers, including Cash App, offer status updates on their websites or social media channels. This way, you can stay informed and plan your transactions accordingly. Communication is also key during an outage. If you're a small business owner, for instance, and Cash App is your primary method of accepting payments, be sure to communicate with your customers about the outage and offer alternative payment methods. Lastly, consider diversifying your digital wallets. Just as you wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, don't put all your digital cash in one app. Having accounts with multiple providers increases your flexibility and reduces the impact of any single outage. Remember, it's all about being prepared and having a plan B. With these tips in your back pocket, you'll be well equipped to navigate the next server outage with ease and confidence. While we're on the topic of digital payments, let's talk about data security. When we use platforms like Cash App, we're entrusting them with our personal financial information. It's crucial we understand how important it is to safeguard this data. You may wonder, what does Cash App do to secure user data? They use encryption and fraud detection technology to protect your account. That means your data is transformed into a code that only authorized parties can read, and suspicious activity is flagged and checked. But it's not just up to Cash App. We, as users, also have a role to play. We can strengthen our data security by using strong, unique passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, and being cautious of phishing scams. Remember, Cash App will never ask for your sign-in code outside the app. As users, we can and should take steps to protect our financial information. So, we've looked at what server outages are, how they happen, and what we can do to navigate them. We've empathized with the frustration that comes during these times and explored how continuous monitoring and maintenance could be potential solutions to prevent such inconveniences. We've also discussed the importance of data security and digital payments platforms like Cash App, and how users can take active steps in protecting their financial information. For our small business owners, we've touched on the potential impacts of these outages on your transactions and offered strategies to mitigate these disruptions. Now, it's your turn. We'd love to hear about your experiences and thoughts on this topic. Do you have any backup payment methods or emergency fund strategies you'd like to share? How have you dealt with Cash App outages? Remember, knowledge is power. Stay informed, stay secure, and keep the conversation going until next time.